up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike,
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all of this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitch was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitch was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Oh, Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yalla Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see. Can I see? Hit me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Well, hello, people. Hello, and hello. What up? All of that good shit. We are here for another interview with one of the cast members from Real Life and Music. We have been doing this series of interviews for a couple months now, and we are back with another one, a much anticipated interview. We'll get down to the nitty gritty, get some questions answered, and have a good time while we do it. So the person we will be interviewing today is music artist Karma TheBlkSheep, and let me bring Karma up now. Karma,
hey, how are you?
I am great.
Hey, people.
Hello, everybody out there. I am great. So glad that you are here with me and have opened yourself to answering questions and being interviewed by the one and only El Teddy 27. So we're gonna have some fun here and hopefully dive into who is Karma. Speaking of which, let me ask you this. How did you come up with your name, Karma? And well, let me back up. Is Karma your name, or is that your stage name? Do you go by like Carmen or Carmelita, outside of the stage, or is Karma your actual name? And if that's the case, how did you come up with Karma TheBlkSheep?
I came up with Karma. Something in my head was like, I went through name changes so many times to come up with this artistry name. And something said Karma TheBlkSheep because I always felt like I've always been the outcast. So, but being the black sheep is not a bad thing because I
Mm.
have advantages of being who I am.
Okay.
So I use it as power. It's very much power. That means I stand alone and I'm very strong. And,
So that's your stage name.
yes, Karma the
Okay.
Black Sheep. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Got
yes.
you. Got you. Got you. Um, so talk to me about Karma when Karma was young. What was growing up like? What because I always like to see kind of how people get to where they are now, what influences people had that may influence how they go about life now. So, what was Karma like growing up?
Karma was very much karma. As people know, my biological gender and just me being who I am, I just figured who I was very early. I was okay, well, let me rewind. I was adopted at 4 years of age. And that journey alone was not so well, but it was beautiful and it was ugly. But I made the best of it, and I'm here today. And if you
Anything
have
you
any
willing to share about it being the beauty and the ugly about it?
um when they found out Karma was trans, it was kind of disturbing to them, very disturbing. But everybody had to kind of like program it in their head that Karma is who Karma is, and we're gonna have to adapt to that. And I've dealt with a lot of trauma as far as running away from home. My adopted mom really didn't know what to do. She was very much, an older lady. Oh, it's just
It
it's a
could be
lot. It's a
traumatizing.
lot.
It's a lot. No, I understand. Was it a
It's a lot.
situation where at first everything seemed good, and once they understood that karma was karma, and that there was all of that going on, where it went south at that point?
Um, she couldn't understand. She was more so like be a gay dude than being a girl
So she would
because
more prefer you being just a gay dude than she would
yes.
you being okay. Got you. Got you.
Yes, 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 yes,
Interesting.
yes.
That's
Because she was mainly concerned about my safety.
mm,
She knew that her child at that age, I started transitioning when I was 13. I knew
okay.
I was different when I was 6 years old. I knew I was a girl when I was 6 years of
Hey,
age.
nobody
So
knows you
that's
better than
why.
yourself. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I knew who I was, and I just wanted to live that. And just being adopted, I battled with that, but as time went on, I started living, and my adopted mom was like, "Okay, well, this is you." She just understood it. She just wanted me to be very safe in the things that I was doing.
What was it like in school? Did you were you transitioning outwardly in school as well? Like because I know 13 is around middle school, which and I'm as a teacher, I can tell you middle school students are some of the worst things on earth. Some of the worst people on earth. So what was that like?
The transition was very smooth for me because if anybody knew me as a child, I had very much look up to Par. Very
Okay.
much. Anybody that knows me and know anything about me and how I move under the radar and stuff like that, then knew that I was a child that looked like a little girl.
Okay.
So when nobody really knew that Karma does have another name. I'd rather not say.
Your dead name. We're not gonna give you your
Um,
dead name, right?
yes, we're not going to say that name because
Right.
people just feel like they can have that advantage,
Right.
and they won't get one up on me, honey.
I
But
got you.
yes, yeah. But
Yeah.
where was I?
Um no, 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 you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. We was talking about the school.
Yeah,
But
school.
yeah, I just started just being who I wanted to be. And
Okay.
okay. Nobody really knew about the boy because when he was gone, nobody they just knew about the girl. So the girl was
Oh,
very much the girl to them. They didn't know anything about him. They really didn't.
oh,
That's how I perceived it as I was going into my trans anatomy. That's what I called it back then.
okay.
It
Um,
was very much my trans anatomy because I was very much figuring out how I was gonna go to school, be who I want to be as a girl, and just just moving.
Let me ask you this because this may paint a picture for people watching about the time frame. How old are you now, or what year were you born, or whatever whichever year. If you don't feel comfortable with saying either,
You
that's
know
fine.
what? This
But
is
I only ask that
you know what?
because you don't have to tell us you don't, and that's fine. But I only ask that because
No,
depending on
and I
what era,
won't. I won't. I won't. Because
okay,
I
a
feel like
woman never
women
tell.
and stars
A
have the
woman
privilege
never
not
tell.
to tell their age.
And the only
Yes,
reason that I ask that is depending on what era you grew up in, things were different during certain eras. The further you go back, the much harder it may have been for, some of our trans
yes, I will say
sisters and
I'm in
brothers.
my 30s. I am in my 30s. I am in my gracefully 30s. Yes, I am. But
Okay.
yeah, but
Did you ever
I
have
was very
issues?
yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll stop you.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you if you ever had issues in school, like some of our trans sisters complain about maybe using with the restroom issues we have with the laws and stuff like that. Did you have any issues with that, or did you use whichever restroom you wanted to?
No. I didn't have that problem. I didn't have them type of problems because just like I
You was
said,
that
then
girl.
I my cards was dealt very well.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I didn't I have to go through that problem. And if anybody that knew me, they respect me for who I am. I was just blessed with that. Even if men come up to me now, I've just been blessed to be in men's company, even if they're straight, just to be around.
Okay.
Because it's just my aura, it's just my energy, it's just who I am. They see the real. They don't. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
take a rocket scientist to figure out you may see the flaw, but this is a lady. But I've always been blessed to have people to love me and respect me for who I am.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, Let me ask this: as you transition to being an adult, what was that like? Because even people that aren't trans, even some of the most of us in the LGBTQ plus community, when you get thrust into adulthood and you have to deal with the masses, people aren't just as accommodating or aren't just willing to be okay um with you. What was that like transitioning into adulthood?
Adulthood got very rocky because that's when you don't have the youthful look anymore. You don't look as girly. I just me being who I am, I don't look as feminine as I used to. People, I'm not gonna say people tend to stare because I'm very pretty, so I know why they stare. So I have to keep that in mind that people are not always looking at me because I'm trans. I keep that in mind because I don't want to think that me being trans is the number one problem in my walk, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not, and it's never been. And sad to say, I had to wear that coat being on the show by being called all type of misters and sirs and this and that. My everyday life is not like that. So
Gotcha.
it's very surprising when you have an individual that just blurt that out, especially
Hmm.
on camera, you
Okay.
know. So it
Okay.
is disturbing. So I'm gonna break that. I'm gonna let you know that, you know.
Okay.
So
Got you. Do you have any siblings?
I do have siblings. Yes, I do. I do. I do. I do.
Okay. Are you still
And
in
they're
touch with them? How's your
beautiful. They're
relationship with them?
beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. If not, I speak to them every other day. Yes, I do. And it's
Good.
lovely, lovely. Just like I said, I was adopted and I've learned who my parents are and my siblings are. And it's been like a 4 to 5 year journey now, and I'm loving it. And I'm just praying that God sees the love in me, the love in them, and just keep dealing with me because I know I am a bit much. I am. I am. That I am, but they understand me because I'm beautiful. I'm just like them.
What was that like meeting your biological parents?
Say that again.
What was it like meeting your biological parents?
Um, the first time I've seen them on camera. Oh, this is so deep. This is so deep. This is so deep. I seen them on camera. But the first time me actually seeing them was at my brother's funeral. Um, yeah, that was like contact. Just me. I had to endure just seeing them body on that
Mhm.
event, and it was very hurtful, but it was very beautiful. It was so beautiful. I don't complain about the lost times that I never had. I just build on to what I have, you know?
Absolutely.
I don't
Absolutely.
wanna be a hindrance. I don't wanna be a hindrance to nobody. I just wanna be loved. I just want people to see who I am. Before this journey, I prayed and asked God that He can send me my biological family, and that He did. And that He did. And it
Awesome.
seemed like it came just like that. But when it came like that, I was not ready.
You
I
weren't
was not
ready.
ready. And I wasn't ready. I was not ready because it was finally what I had asked for. Oh, it
But
was
you didn't
finally
know
what
it
I
was
had
gonna
asked for.
come.
So
You
this
didn't know it was gonna come in that type of situation where, it's, the loss of someone, a loved one. So it's bittersweet where, you have this beautiful moment surrounded by this moment of, grief and more. So certainly that can change someone, because that's a lot to deal with all at one time. Interesting.
Mhm,
What's something that, because most people in our community, as I call us, the Rainbow Coalition, um,
mhm.
most of us just want to live and love and not be bothered and not, have to lead with, one of the letters that they think we're a part of. We just want to be just want to live and love and live life like everybody else. What is something that is a misconception you think people may have about you, that just in general, not even just from the show, but just in general, that you may want to clear up?
Um, hmm, I'm not a shit starter for one. But if you do start it, I may want to finish it, you know. Um, I'm a beautiful person. I get real agitated very quick when somebody gets under my skin. I'm trying to really work on that. You know, I just really don't have time for the BS and the bullshit when it comes to me. Don't fuck with me and I won't fuck with you.
What's your sign?
That's what it all boils down. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh,
I am a Capricorn.
I'm a Capricorn as well.
Yes, and you're a
December or
Capricorn
January?
too. That's I'm
December or
January the 2nd.
oh,
I'm
I'm
January.
I'm January 1st.
I'm January the 2nd.
Child, one of my
Yes, yes, I
ex-boyfriends
am
is
January the
January the
2nd.
2nd.
He was hell on wheels, was he?
God, child. Anyway,
He was. What? How was he?
Um, he's better now. He's a much better man now. Um, he was young. We were both young at the time. And we
Mhm.
were just a ball of hormones. I mean, it was a lot of sex. We didn't fight a lot, not until
Okay.
the end. But we didn't fight a lot at all. We really got along. It was great until the very end. Um, and I think our relationship is better even now afterwards.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was yeah, interesting. So that tells me a lot. Now that you tell me you're a Capricorn, that gives me a lot more insight into some things. So let's get into the things of the things. Let's talk about this here show. Miss Karma. Miss Karma.
Yes, 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 yes.
We've had some interesting times on the show, and you have
Mhm.
been probably between you and Black Boy George, probably the two individuals that get the garner the most conversation on the show. What's the difference between season one and season two for you?
Season one, I was very chilled. I was very laid back. Season two, I just wasn't taking no bullshit. I seen how it was played out, and I was like, you know what, I can't go out like that. These motherfuckers are gonna have to respect me. And these motherfuckers, they're being disrespectful in your face and they're not letting up. So why should I? You know?
Mm,
And that's how I looked at it. I was like, everybody is at each other's motherfucking necks. Bitch, you're not gonna cut mine.
okay, I got you.
That's how I looked at it. So
I
it was
got
a
you.
different me. It was a different me, you know? So yeah.
Uh, interesting. What who would you say you're closest to on the show? And you could say nobody.
Say that again.
Who would you say you're closest to on the show? And you could say nobody.
I will say somebody. But you know what? They would have to show and improve so much better. So much better. I live and breathe for Ty. But he's gonna have to Ty is just Ty, and I'm gonna leave it right there. You know how some people
Mm,
could say you can be a better friend? You can
mhm.
be a goddamn better friend. And I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay, since we're on Ty, let's get Ty out the way. What were you thinking? There was a lot made about Ty this season about his weight and his up and down weight, and people were concerned about his health and so forth. What was did you know what was going on with him at that time? Or were you concerned like everyone else was?
At that time, people were talking about it. I was like, I don't want to say anything to offend anybody because this is somebody's health. We don't know what's going on. I just like to pray people well and stay up out of situations like that because when you're talking about, and it could have been on purpose, you know, hell, he was getting real slim and sexy, if you ask
The girls like
me.
to get
But
sniped.
hey, bitch, hell. But you know, everybody looked at it differently. I looked at it differently. I was like, oh, maybe he's trying to get slim and sexy. You know, I never
Mm.
looked at it as an issue or anything, you know?
Got you. You and Ty had a situation, I believe it was episode 8, where you all went to that studio. Let me back up and say for the song. I was very surprised because the song that you all did when Ty was introducing the song and he was saying, "Oh, well, this lady was a one-hit wonder and this song wasn't really known." And then when y'all were singing the song, I was like, "Wait a minute. That's Olita Adams. That song is very well known. That song was very, matter of fact, she won a Grammy. She won the best
Yeah.
R&B album from that for that album with Get Here. On matter of fact, there was a commercial. I want to say it was like a telephone long
You're
distance
absolutely
commercial
right.
with that song on there. So it was a so when y'all started singing the song, I was like, wait, I'm thinking you finna be singing a song I ain't know and nobody ain't know.
No,
I was like, oh, I know that song.
no. I knew it too. I knew it too. And that's what made me okay, when we went to the studio, how
Hmm.
I aced the song. I felt like I aced it when I was practicing it at home and just, on my daily routine, just practicing. But as I end up in the studio, it seemed like I had technical difficulties. And I'm like, you know what? This is not at this moment because I felt like leaving home, arriving there, everything was going to be okie dokie. But here comes the bullshit, like the conversations in the air. Yes, things get just like I said, things get under my easy, and I hate for a bitch to kind of like, for
Make you feel
one,
seem
on
like your
that
feelings not
moment
that
of just
important.
absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Sometimes when I first came into this filming thing, I felt like people weren't going to be ready for a trans person, period. I don't care what they have to deliver or what she looked like. They wasn't going to be ready for her. They're never ready for a girl like us on any platform because I already seen how they do LaKendra on Chasing Atlanta. So I already knew what I was coming up against when I signed up for this.
Let me ask you this about the studio situation. What was it just the talking in the ear that bothered you? You seem to have issue also with the engineer or the setup or the situation at the studio. What else threw you off?
Um, I couldn't hear correctly when we got there. He plain as day said that his headphones was fucked up, but that was never on camera.
Mm.
And Ty know this, but we worked around that. We worked around that problem. But when I heard their whole conversation through the headphones,
What
that's
were
what
they saying
made
in the
me very
conversation?
eager.
What were
No,
they saying?
we're not gonna say that was their conversation. Let's just put it that way.
Was it
That was
about
their
you?
conversation. And I heard it and I was like, you know what? Okay, but I'm still gonna be great. I'm gonna try to be great.
Was it about you?
We just gonna put it out there. I'ma still be great. Try to at least be great while I sing this song. Just like you said in the beginning, the song Olita Adams, that was a very hit song for her. And whether people want to know, they act like they don't know that song or not, they do know that song. So it wasn't like I couldn't deliver the song. It was very much I was thrown off and my energy was like I couldn't get back to where I thought I was going.
It sounds like to me, it sounds like I'ma just call I gotta
It
call
was
it like I
big.
see it. It sounds like to me,
Okay.
you might have heard something somewhere along the line. You always say when you hear your name, your ears perk up. You go, wait a minute, I heard my goddamn name. And I feel like
But
you
look, look, look,
heard
look,
your
look, look, look,
name
look, look.
and you
But
got thrown off and said, wait a minute now. Is that what happened?
I'm gonna leave it right there. I, if you must have been in the room, you were somewhere in the room.
I was not in the room, but I can read. I know when you told me you was a Capricorn, I say
Look,
I
look, look, look,
understand
look,
a
look,
whole
look,
lot
look,
more
look, look,
now.
look. Yes, but
Now hold on.
I
Now
don't know.
watch
I
this.
don't know.
Now
I don't
here's my.
know.
Now I wasn't even in the room, but just based on how you were behaving,
Yes,
based on
but
what you
look, look,
say
look, look, look,
now,
look.
wait, I can feel like they said something to the effect of, "Well, she need to get over it because she need to, everything ain't got to be perfect. You need to just go ahead and sing the song and be happy that we got you." People kind of do those kind of things and make those things and say
Okay.
things like that.
To be honest, you know what? It could have been a lot like that, but they know what was said while the studio session of that moment was
I'm gonna
going
ask
on.
Ty because I'm supposed to talk to
You
Ty in like
know,
a week or so.
so
So I'm
but
gonna
I
ask
kept
him.
it so professional. I kept it so professional because I could have been so. I don't want people to think I'm very unappreciative of what they do for me because I am. When it comes to the music, I am. Anything that helped me further me, yes. But at the same time, don't have me to look like a fool. Don't do that because at the end of the day, why was I hearing y'all conversations through the headphones? That was never supposed to happen. Was that supposed to make me feel some type of way for me not to deliver? I'm looking at it all sorts of ways. You you know,
Okay, I
but
got
that's
you. I got you. Is the
you know,
they're
I
saying it's
I can't
echoing.
help. I
They're saying it's echoing. Can you do me a favor, Carmen? Can you go out and come back in and see if that stops the echoing?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about the echo, y'all. We'll fix it. We'll get down to the. We're gonna talk about some things. You know how we do over here. And thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for letting us know about the echo issue. So we will try and see if going out and coming back in fixes it. Once she comes back in, y'all let me know if the echo is good, bad, or in between when she comes back in. We was having a good time over here. Damn echoing. I tried to see if they have like a echo reduction or reduce echoing thing. I'm sorry, echo cancellation. But okay, there she is. All right. All right. So I think that might have fixed it. Okay, good. So, back to what we were saying. So, essentially, what you said is, I'm a professional. I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit. So, don't be saying shit in the background that's gonna throw me off, and then get mad when I'm
Yes.
thrown off and I ain't on
And
like
I
I'm
can't
supposed to be.
deliver. And I can't
Hmm.
deliver. So it kind of made me feel like, and if that wasn't the case, then so be it. But it made me feel like somebody was trying to throw a monkey wrench. I'm just gonna put it that way.
They were trying to
I'm just
sabotage.
because people would never understand why I act the way I act. And I didn't want to say that on camera, but clearly how y'all seen me act and was like, Ty, but how would you bring some? You're not gonna bring your good Judy to the goddamn studio and bitch, you hear a whole goddamn session in her motherfucking ear, bitch. So I had to go home and make some sense out of that. Like, girl, was this on mistake? Please let me reassure me, you know? Please reassure
Mm.
me. And that's where it
So,
went wrong.
so you feel like there
I'm
might
not
have been a
saying
little bit of
because you know what?
sabotage.
Say that again.
You said there might be a little bit of sabotage.
It could have been. And we could keep on going. And if
Mm.
he can't accept that I said that and we can keep being friends, however, I don't nowadays I'm looking out for me. I'm not trying to build no enemies. That's why I said people need to learn how to be better friends.
Gotcha. But what about
I
somebody who may?
understand we all,
Go ahead.
huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I, um, sometimes I try not to voice my opinion too much because I don't want to get canceled for one, right? But I strongly do believe when people ask me questions in interviews, I'm supposed to give them my honest opinion on things. And yes, sometimes if you're not strapped tight when you step on the scene, it can go left real quick. So you have to buckle up and you have to be on point with these kids because these kids coming with it. Their mouth is very nasty, and you have to be right where they at, you know? So I've learned this the second go round. But if I was to do it a third go round, I know how to conduct myself because I've learned myself to where, and this is not even because I'm not a bragging type of bitch, but I've learned myself to where, bitch, you can't even break me down no more. Man, this, man, that. I don't seen it. You know what? This was just a build up. It really
Okay.
was. This show, thank you, production, thank you, Greg. This show is very much a build up because it had gave me very much my self esteem. Hmm. If I ever heard them words again, man, bitch, water, run off me like water, because it's nothing. It's neither here nor there to me anymore. You
Gotcha.
know, people gonna view people are gonna view it how they want to view it, and so far they see a what lady. I don't care
So
how
let's
wretched
get to that.
I am, how many tables I flip, I'm still her.
Let's get to that. Let's get to that. They're probably the biggest thing this season has been Karma versus J Dot. Karma the Black Sheep versus the Black Boy George. And there may be some issues on both ends. There may be J Dot having issues with trans women. They may be some situations where people may say Karma is ultra sensitive and
Very.
sometimes violent. And what do you say to people who say it's not okay for you to be violent with someone when they're not violent with you?
I'm trying
I
to
don't
answer
know.
that one.
I'm asking. I'm just asking the questions.
It
Well,
very
I'll say
much.
like this. On
No,
the
no, 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 no,
show,
no. Let me say this.
go
Let
ahead,
me
go ahead,
say
go ahead.
this. If I did put my hand on anyone first, yeah, yeah, I did. I felt like that was way overdue. Let's put it that way. It was way overdue, and it probably should have happened sooner. I'm gonna say it that way because I'm a real chill, laid back type of bitch until they never see that. I don't just want to be a center of attention all the time, but just like I said, you fuck with me, bitch, it's gonna be a problem. And I'm not no Billy Badass, cause I'm very thin. I'm like 135 pounds, you know. But at the same time, you're not gonna fuck with me. You ain't gonna play with me. You're not gonna do any or the sort because I'm human. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how you view me. You gonna respect me.
Okay. Do you think that perhaps some of the physical aggression or some of the physical violence that you had on J Dot may have been, yes, J Dot and some of his, stuff that he did to you, but like you said earlier, a building up or several things that he just happened to be the person in your face at that moment, and based on all of the shit that he may have been doing and some other things, that may have happened outside the show, this just was a kind of perfect storm for that to happen, maybe.
And you put it in a good way. Yes, it was. I strongly, even though I didn't want to go through the things that me and J Dot went through, but I strongly believe it had to happen and it had to be on camera so others can see it, so I can see it, so I know how to toughen up, so I know how to just walk around it when it happens again. And yeah. You know
uh,
what? In so many words, I'm not mad that that it really happened, it was ugly, all the name calling and this and that and all that right there. Yes, because no trans woman want to be labeled that, especially when it's being broadcast. No, you don't.
Absolutely. And
And
I
they know that. And people
Mhm.
know that. So we're going to keep it real nice. And
Right.
we're going to keep it real ladylike in this corner. We're going to keep it, but people they don't
Mhm.
respect that.
Let me ask you
They
this.
don't respect it.
We started off talking about, you growing up and always knowing about yourself. We even talked about transitioning into adulthood, and you spoke to sometimes uh eh, some of the more manly features sometimes come out, or the girl's not as clockable when they become to an adult. And I'm not, and this is not about that. This is about, as a trans woman, I wonder if someone like me who's watching this show, I may say to myself, that maybe this was an experience that may have taught you to not give people that ammunition where they knew that would cause you to, fly off the handle. Because people, if they know something can trigger you, they will push that button. For example, you had the first situation where I forgot, y'all was in like some room somewhere, and I remember you hit him then. Y'all not the one at the restaurant. This was where y'all was in a room somewhere, and then you hit him, and he was like, "I ain't gonna hit you back," but he started saying some horrible things about you then. And then,
Uh huh.
and so I felt like when you got to the restaurant, at that point, he knew kinda, yep, if I push that button, she's gonna fire off. You know what I'm saying? This is a TV show.
Uh huh.
The people, sometimes the people do stuff for ratings. The people do stuff to have a moment. Did I lose? Did y'all lose me? Did I lose Karma? Karma, you there? Sh- She might have went in a bad area. I saw her walking around. Yep, I think she went in a bad area. So hope she comes back. She's able to come back. So hope she comes back. We was getting into some good stuff. All right, there she is.
Sorry.
No, I just said you probably went into a bad area. But
Yes, yes, yes.
what I was saying was, once the people kind of find out what can push your button, we on a reality TV show, and everybody want a moment. Everybody want to have a scene.
And they're
Do
gonna,
you? They're gonna push
and they're
and
gonna
say, "Girl, I know." So, do you think you fell victim to maybe J Dot wanting to have a scene?
say that again.
Do you think you fell victim to J Dot probably just trying to have a moment or a scene?
Oh, hold on. You're breaking up so bad. Oh my God. And I'm trying to be here for it.
Okay. Can you
Can
hear
you
me
hear
now?
me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you think this whole situation, especially at the restaurant, was J Dot trying to have a scene and you fell for the bait because he knew that would bother you?
I strongly believe Jay knew what he was doing. Yes, 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 yes. He's gonna act that type of way. That's I already had the mind frame like I wanna eat, but if somebody's gonna fuck shit with me at the table, then this is where we're gonna have to deal with it at. So that's how I had looked at that. So I should have been all the ma'ams and misses that night to him while I was in my pretty black dress. I should have been all the ma'ams and miss and she. Hey girl, I should have been all that night to him. It all boils down to respect because we don't had this talk several times. And I hate to repeat myself over and over. Because clearly, bitch, when you look at me, you see nothing but pussy. Whether you know my flaw or not, bitch, we ain't gonna be funny about it. And you try to be funny, and that's what he want to do. He want to be funny, and it's not cute. It's not cute.
What about the fact when I interviewed
You know
J
what?
Dot?
Look,
Mhm.
look, 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 look. Huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You was about to say something.
I could have been so disrespectful when he called. No, I'm gonna save that for a later. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it because
This is a
them
safe
words.
space. This is a safe space.
Ooh, I can't say it. Not just yet. Not just yet. Not just yet. Not just yet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Go ahead.
What when I interviewed J Dot, one of the things that he spoke to when we were talking about the confrontations that oh man, I hope I'm not losing Karma again. I think she's in a bad room in the house. Yep. Mm. Karma said she had some stuff to get off her chest. She wanted to say it, but she was gonna hold it. Let's see if we can get her back.
Would do. I don't know what's
You
going on.
outside. Okay. Oh, you perfect now. Now, what you
Okay.
was saying was you was finna tell me something, and then you got scared. And I don't believe that the Karma I know, born on January 2nd as a Capricorn, is scared of nothing.
Well, you know what? Every time he talked about me being a man, I started to say, "Well, what about your mama?" But I was being respectful. But you know what? Look, 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 look. I never. Every time that man has attacked me, he always talked about my family. He talked
Mm.
about, yes, he has. And I've never put any of his relatives in it. But it could have been several times I could have broke him down because he done said my mama. And I looked at him like,
Oh,
you know what? I was lost for words.
listen. One thing
I
I
couldn't
know
say
about a
nothing. But you
one thing
know
I
what?
know
I
about
could
us
have.
Capricorns, once you
He
go down
ugly
that
as fuck.
road,
I
that's
wonder what
it.
she looked like.
You seen his mama?
You know, well, hell, looking at him, I probably don't want to see her.
Girl.
And we're going to keep it real nice.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
going to kick this. I'm going to kick this ant bed over. Yeah.
That's a Capricorn. That's how we do. Once we get to that point, just batten down the hatches. This shit is about to go down. Minimize the
Mm-hmm.
casualties. Well, let me ask you this. When now you got me laughing. When, when he was on the show, one of the things that he said when I interviewed him, I should say, one of the things that he talked about in the whole pronoun situation was he brought up the fact that when you had a fight with Chrissy at the beginning of the season, that you said on the show that when you was whooping Chrissy's ass and beating her into the
Uh-huh.
ground, that you said she finna get all parts of the man at me today. And he was like, how he gonna say that? How he was like, how she gonna say that and then expect me to keep her pronouns? And I was like, but you gotta respect what people tell you that they are, no matter what they say. You gotta respect people. If you tell me, what to call you such and such, I'm gonna call you such and such. But that was one of the things he was saying that you can't have it both ways where you could say
No,
that
this
and
is
then expect him to do that. I'm just telling you what the people said. I'm just,
I
reporting.
know, but this
Um,
this is what it basically is. If I had to come up out my wig, I'm very much him. If I had to come up out of him, if I had to come up out of this, I'm very much him because you don't put me in that position, then I have to act a fool. It's very much that. It's like I can't be her when I don't snatch my wig off.
I mean, it's some women with short brush cuts.
No, 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 no. No. See, I know, you know what? Sometimes, and I'm be honest with myself, sometimes I do wear the trans woman coat, but sometimes being transgender could be blind to me. Because sometimes when you're trying to walk in society, you don't want all that attention on you. But I understand what I'm doing nowadays. That people is no hiding who I am. And I'm living like that. It's no hiding who I am. But yes, nobody wants to be, all of that.
Do
No,
you
because my
regret
mama said,
hitting?
you know what? Even I remember a week ago, this man stopped, keep doing what you're doing. And I knew what he said by that, he was like, you know what? I got it. I know what I'm looking at. It's a trans woman. You ain't a lady. But you're a trans woman. You look good, but keep pushing. And you know what? And those are the looks I get. You know, and, and I'm fine by that. And I'm fine by that. People, I'm just like I said. I'm just loved by the community, the straights and the gays. Some gays don't like me, but that's their problem. That's.
Do you regret hitting J Dot or being violent with him?
Hell no, no,
Would you do
no.
it again?
Absolutely. Would I do it again? You know what?
Like if he come out of pocket at the reunion and miss
You
give
know
you the
what?
wrong
Because
pronoun,
at this moment of time, I really don't really. I'm just gonna be there for the questions.
so you gonna
Cause
ignore him?
I'm gonna be sitting in the name of Jesus.
Come on, in the name of
I'm gonna
Jesus.
sit in the name of Jesus. I'm gonna be sitting there to the point I ain't even gonna have to put a finger on him. I'm gonna let the good Lord do it while I sit there and look pretty and just answer all them questions.
Mm,
Okay, that's how pretty I'm gonna look and on
okay,
point.
okay. I know that's what you got your dress
Hmm.
already made because the reunion is this
I sure
weekend,
do.
ain't
I
it?
got my heels. I got my pocketbook, baby. I'm already there.
Okay.
How about that? I'm
I
already
wasn't
there.
invited. I wasn't invited, so
Why?
I don't know, child. They don't see for me like that. That's why I'm going out of town now. I wasn't even invited.
Ooh,
Production. I'm gonna
you
cuss
know they
Greg out
see it for
anyway.
you. You know they see it for you.
I'm gonna cuss Greg out anyway. So
Mm,
I don't even know where the reunion at. Anyway,
Lord.
um, uh, do you have? Let me ask this: do we have to look forward to any more altercations? You gonna black out and fight anybody else this season? Because
You
sometimes,
know
Karma, you
what?
be blacking out. You just black out and you just go for broke.
I know. I'm learning. I'm learning. Tr- Take it.
And
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm actually
Mhm.
learning, and I'm growing from all the mistakes that I made. I pray that I walk in a different light if I continue to walk this journey. I knew it was going to be easy. I knew that, yeah, Karma was going to be really karma, doing what she want to do, but I have to get back strictly to the music. So I kind of got off of focus and was just letting people just in my ear, my ear, my ear, and
And let
can't
me
have
let
that.
me say this to you, Karma, too. What I hope is that, and you talked about this a little earlier, is that when you see yourself and see how your reactions, that you even learn how to say, you know what, I'm not gonna let them do that. Because I'll be honest, it is within the LGBTQ plus communities that many of my trans friends say they get the most issues within the community. It's
Mm-hmm.
people within the community that will disrespect them more often and worse than people outside of the LGBTQ plus community. And and
Mm-hmm.
and and like I said earlier, the more people understand that they can get you to that point, the more they will.
Yes.
And you have to
Yes.
remove yourself from people sometimes. So I hope
And yeah.
that go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I analyzed it from all angles, just how you're saying it. I said, if I continue to want to film, I'm gonna have to completely like detach myself from certain people and just certain things because they already know like I'm not the one. Leave me the fuck alone and just get the fuck out my way. Don't intentionally try to get up under my skin. If you
Mhm.
for me, you're gonna be for me. I know who's for me because they're not gonna switch up on me. They're not gonna throw no curveballs at me. You know, I was dealing with people that was throwing curveballs because they're great, right? But sometimes you can't stand for that all the time. Just because you see their star quality and you see that they're a great motherfucker, you can't continue to let these people play in your face as if you're not great as well.
Mm.
You know, because I'm a great
Um,
type of bitch. I'm a great
okay, that's
bitch.
right.
I am a great one. I am a great one. And sooner or later, people will know that. You know. So
I
I've
have been
been, working.
I'll be honest with you. I've been on record saying that, and I've had the same stance with everybody. I feel like at the moment on this show or any show, when people get violent with someone else, that they should not be allowed to be on the show anymore. Because for me, I don't want you to get attacked by anybody. I don't want anybody else to get attacked by anybody. I just am somebody who's never for physical violence. And what do you say to people like me who may say, yeah, if Karma's gonna put her hands on someone, then maybe she should not be allowed to be on the show. What do you say to people like who believe that?
To be honest with you, okay. Bullshit. You heard that?
Hmm.
Bullshit. Ugh. At this moment of time, everything is up. What the fuck you think you signed up for? Because if it was me, I would have had to wear every bit of that.
So you think that physical violence
It's not. I'm not
is
saying
okay
it's
to you,
right. I'm not saying it's right. No, I'm not.
but it comes with the territory.
There you go. There you go. If you feel like you want to go to the police report and fill out some paperwork, go do it. It's up. We grown. That's how I look at it. Cause shit is real. Shit is really real. And they forget that. They forget that. That's the part they forget. Now we're gonna keep it real, right?
Hmm.
So you don't know how people are gonna respond to things. And that's what people need to keep in the forefront of their head when they play with a bitch.
Does that mean that you should expect that he's gonna fight you?
No, no, to be honest with you, I don't want I'm let me say this again. I don't go out because I'm a beautiful person. I don't go out starting riffraff with people because that's not me. Because just like I go outside in the public, I really don't want to be heard nor seen. I just want to move on through. But being on a show, you can't let a motherfucker play with you. You can't. No. I don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna let nobody play with you. I know that's.
I don't give a fuck either. We don't give a damn fuck about nothing. That what ATL we do this shit. Alright. I go.
Hey,
Miss you.
baby.
How you doing, baby?
I'm doing
That's
good.
good. Just we live on that shit. We don't
All
give a
right.
fuck about nobody. We do what we want to do. I've been here all my life. And
Uh-huh.
guess what? They so mad. It's just you know so goddamn good.
Thank you, baby.
You okay? Get
Mwah.
what? You are the queen of that shit.
Thank you. Oh, somebody walking up the sidewalk. Walk.
Okay. So, but so my question is because a lot of people have asked that question: what if this black gay man would have hit this trans woman? Would that have been fair?
Um,
And
what
I asked the question.
you know what? Would had that have been fair? People are free to do, not saying it's right or not, but people, you don't know how people gonna react because it could have been many times J Dot could have attacked me. And he did not, or however the case was, but your mouth could be like a sword too, bitch. And I'm not gonna always use my mouth. And this goes back to being real and street shit. Cause niggas gonna handle, real street niggas gonna handle it if they got any type of problems. So let's be real. You have a problem, you gonna straighten that shit. Any, however you see fit. Like, so come on. No, no, no. We're not gonna say that I'm always wrong on how I handle a situation. Cause you ain't gonna tell your mama how to handle one.
I tell my mama
You gonna
all
let
the
her
time how
ride.
she handle it.
You
I don't let my mama ride. I tell her all the time, "Hey, hooker,
no no
that shit
no
was wrong." That's what
fuck
I tell
that
my
shit.
mama sometimes.
No. No. Mm-mm. No,
Let me
no. At
ask
the
you
end,
this. Let me ask you this. Where are you and J Dot at this point? How do you feel about him right now? What's your relationship
um
like?
J Dot needs to understand that karma is just gonna be karma. Point blank period. I don't have to see you. I don't have to see you, baby. I don't see you. And it should be that every time I step on the scene, but it don't give that. It's like, girl, you have to say something. Girl, just let me be great in my own little corner. And that's what people don't want me to be. They don't want me to be great in my own little corner. You know, because if it was left up to me, I'd be in my own little corner. What they used to say when I first began the show, "Oh, why she in that little corner?" Now you see what type of bitch I am. I be trying to be ducked off, so I have to be had no run-ins with you hoes.
Um, two more questions, and then and then I'll let you answer me questions. You know how you said it's up, and J Dot need to understand shit is gonna be what it's gonna be. If I have to put my hands on you,
Yes,
bitch, I
but
got to
you
put
know
my
what?
hands. Let me ask. Well,
Yes.
let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Can we say the same thing where if we on the show and we up and somebody may want to get spicy with their mouth and say something out of pocket and off the wall, shouldn't you maybe expect that as well on a reality show?
Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. And I think I've ate a lot of stuff that people have dished out to me, and I may have responded in a way they wasn't ready for. But yes, uh-huh.
Do you believe that people were too nice to you? That production was too nice to you? Some people say production is nice to you and production let
No,
you get away with
no, no,
stuff.
no, 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 no. Production was not nice. I don't know where the fuck they get that from.
Yeah, people
I
have
don't know
said
where the
that.
hell they get that
They said
from.
production was nice to Carver to be letting you get by.
No, 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 no. See. We're not gonna put this all on Karma. Just because Karma was the person that had to go through this, let it would have been
Mhm.
somebody else. They didn't.
Mm.
What about the fight with what was on what's his name? What about the rest of the fights on the show?
Oh, I'm not here for no fights. I be hey, I'm the
But,
same with everybody. I don't care
but
who it is.
you gonna
If they fight,
crucify me? You gonna crucify me? You gonna
no,
nail
no, no.
me to the cross?
No, we not gonna nail you to the
They gonna
cross.
nail me to the cross?
Let me ask you this: would you do a season three?
Child. Huh?
Would you do a season three?
Oh, I think I'm getting out of my range, honey.
Would you do season three?
You know what? People, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll
Okay.
see, we'll see.
Okay. You have any questions for
Because
me?
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
Say
I
that
ain't gonna
again.
spoil it. You have any questions for me?
I'm not gonna spoil it. Um, well, not really, but I've enjoyed this time. In the beginning, when Greg, when I, when they presented this interview to me, I was very much not gonna accept it. Only because interviews, just like you said, never goes right. It can always be a curveball somewhere, and I thought that may have been, but as I got up here, I was like, okay, 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 you know. But I enjoyed
I'm not
myself. I really did.
just like people should know that you ain't as bad as you may come off. I'm not as bad as I come off too.
You think?
Oh
Okay, I
man.
just haven't seen it yet. Okay, cause baby, you can get the roasting, honey.
I don't talk about nobody. I'm
Child,
real
that's
nice. I don't talk about nobody. I'm real nice.
ooh. Mm, okay, don't let them be on your list. Okay.
Anyway, anything I put in the description box all of your social media. So I put your YouTube page for your personal channel, your YouTube page with your video. I put the link to the video in the chat and your Instagram as well. I mean in the description box. So all of the ways for people to go and listen to your music and find you on social
Yes.
media is in the description box. Y'all go
Mm-hmm.
download, stream, and download her music, watch the music videos, and all of those things. Do all of the things. Also, the link to real life reality channel will be in the description box as well, so y'all can find the episodes. This was good. I enjoyed you wait
Yes,
backstage
yes,
because I got
yes,
to talk
yes.
some Capricorn stuff with you. I need all of the real tea backstage, so just hold
Yes.
on. Let me say goodbye to the people. Thank everybody in the chat for coming in. Some people from the show came in. I know Ty was here, Vaughn was here, um Black Boy George was here, and so and some others was here. Sublime Shia was here, and we thank everybody for coming here. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Thank y'all so much for coming. And we're gonna end it here. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. Love y'all. Until the next one.
Mhm.